What's going on, guys? My name's Jack. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the best budget camera for YouTube and video production. And essentially, this video is good. It's 2018 right now. Overall, if it's many years past this, probably go check another video. I'll be straight up honest with you. But the reason I'm actually choosing this particular camera as my personal choice for the best budget video camera, best budget camera overall for video production, and especially for YouTube in 2018, is because I have so much experience with this camera, so I can actually give you a detailed review, an honest review, and this is pretty an interesting point of view because I can not only tell you how good this camera has done for me, but how good this camera has done for two of my friends. And this same camera has literally rotated around me and two other friends over the past 2 or 3 years. So it's been used a lot. I have loads of first-hand experience using this camera, and overall I think it is an amazing choice for a best budget video camera. So how much is this camera? In America, most people watch my videos from America, so I'll take that first. It is $300 an average, okay? It's obviously slight variations of this price on loads of different sites, so overall, Amazon has it at about $300. I think it might be just under $300 even, so there's a small savings. In the UK, that's my second biggest audience, so I'll address you second. It is £200 an average. I even saw it for maybe about 180. Now, this is for the body only. So, of course, the body only is going to get you, boom, one nice Canon camera right there, the Canon 600D, and then essentially you want to go ahead and pick yourself up a lens as well, or get all this together. And the kit lens is the 18 to 55 millimeter. This can be picked up for about $100. There's another great lens, which is the 50 millimeter. That can be picked up for about $100, I think, as well. And the other lens that I know is good that I've actually used is like, I went halves on this lens with my homie, or I think we might have even went 3 ways with another friend, and that was about $500, and that's a 35 millimeter. Now, by all means, you can get the body with the 18 to 55 millimeter kit lens, and I think it'll only be about $350 in the UK, maybe about £250. But overall, let me actually jump into why I personally think this is particularly the best budget camera for YouTube and video production. Now, first off, let me actually just do a disclaimer quick. This camera is quite old, don't get me wrong. This camera is about 6 to 7 years old when actually, since it came out, right? So that's pretty goddamn old. However, it's still an amazing piece of technology. It's still a great camera, and overall, you can still get a lot of use out of it. And I think I'm more gearing this video towards people who are buying their first camera. And let me break it down, because I have great experience with this camera being my first camera, my friend Noah's first camera, and my friend Ozzy's first camera. So that's 3 people that I know, 3 people, well, my bad, 2 people I know, and I'm one of the people, so that's 3 people in total, who have all had this camera as their first camera, and it did great, absolutely great. So for me, I actually never even owned this camera, but it was I still consider it almost my first camera. And the reason, that could be a little funny for you, but my homie Noah basically bought this camera years ago, right? And it's obviously his first camera and everything like that as well. And me and him got into filming together. So the main sort of videography we do is nightclubs, live event videography. This is the main stuff we do. Started this about 2 years ago, and we started filming this stuff with this camera, this Canon 600D. And honestly, this camera did amazing for the both of us because it took us both, it gave us sort of like a platform to learn video production, to enjoy the Canon 600D until 2 years later where, you know what I mean, we both went off and bought separate cameras, which were way better than the Canon 600D, or way more specialized because we're doing a lot of low light shooting, etc. So you need better lenses, better cameras, etc. for that. But overall, the Canon 600D worked wonders as both of our first camera, and in fact, since me and my homie Noah, he's now parted ways with that camera, he sold it to my friend Ozzy, who I set that up between them, and you know what I mean, they decided to actually do that transaction between each other, and now my friend Oscar, who has a YouTube channel with, I think around 20,000, 25,000 subscribers, something like that. I'm not too sure. He might have more. He might have like 30,000, or he might have a bit less. I can't even remember. But he's got a decent sized channel, and he uses this camera now to create videos over there, and he does covers, etc. And obviously the quality is very good. And in fact, I started this channel right here. Probably the first 5 to 10 videos on this actual channel right here, ItsJackCole, was all shot on the Canon 600D as well, which is absolutely amazing. Like, to be honest, I've started loads of different stuff with this. With this camera, I've shot nightclubs, I've shot parties, I've shot music videos, I've shot freestyles for rappers, just like the one take thing. And I did start this YouTube channel with this camera, which is just speaks loads about this camera. So, by the way, also another little disclaimer, I'm just thinking this up as I go. I pretty much one take all my videos these days, which is great because I just talk to you guys. But to anybody who maybe might be a bit confused why this one is actually my particular best budget camera, where, don't get me wrong, there is, I suppose, better stuff out there. You can find better stuff. However, this camera right here is something I know a lot about. I know what good it's done for me, my friend Noah, and my friend Ozzy. So that's 3 case studies. I don't have any connection to another camera that has 3 successful case studies attached to it, you know what I mean? And overall, this is an amazing camera. To be straight up with you guys, the only thing I would say is a downside to this, and this is actually dependent on what lens you get as well. So this is not a 100% downside, seeing as I've linked down below to Amazon where the body only is down there. So you can buy the body down below, link. But anyways, what's it called? The only downside is the fact that the low light shooting is not great. It's not great at shooting in low light. However, the only reason I say this is because I've only really shot in low light with the kit lens, which is a 3.5 f-stop aperture, right? And 3.5 aperture, by the way, is not great. You want to be aiming for about a 1.8, f1.8 aperture, right? So if this kit lens has a f3.5 aperture, that's double what the f1.8 is, right? Meaning that the aperture is how much light is let in. So if the 3.5 is double the 1.8, it's letting in, the f1.8 is letting in double the light that the 3.5 is. The lower the number, the more light is let in. So if I'm shooting in a dark club, which is primarily the majority of the videography and video production stuff I do, live event videography, like I already stated a couple times, if I'm shooting in a dark club, I need something that's letting in a lot of light, or else I gotta turn the ISO up and then start sacrificing quality because of the grain that the ISO is gonna start causing for us. Now, overall, that's the main thing that is a problem. That is a main thing that's a problem. However, like I said, that's not 100%. That's dependent on what lens you get. You can get the 35 millimeter, which I had to go 3 ways on it 2 years ago. I was like a broke 17-year-old, to be honest. So you watching this might not be as broke as I was, but then again, you're watching a budget video, so who knows, right? Hey, no, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to insult you. That could have been a bit insulting, I swear. But overall, guys, I'm pretty much done with anything I have to say. I'm pretty much done. Yeah, pretty much done. I can't really think of any more points for this. Overall, this is my personal choice for the best budget camera for YouTube and video production in 2018. If it's much further than 2018, like if you're watching this in 2020, honestly, thank you for watching to this point in the video, but go find yourself a better camera. 2018, 2019, 2019, 2020, you'll probably want to find something better. But overall, if you guys are looking for a great budget camera, which is awesome to grab it quick, start learning video production, you're not going to be losing too much money. It's not as though you're putting thousands of dollars, you know what I mean, which is a little bit harder to backtrack. You could buy this camera, enjoy it for a year, learn video production entirely, get really good, understand all the technical stuff, sell it or flip it to your friend or whatever, and then move on. Boom. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you. Subscribe if you're not already, because or else you just wasted a good 9 minutes of your life. You may as well subscribe and join my channel for more video production theme videos every single week. I'm Jack. Have a nice day and goodbye.